All right, what's up, guys? So it just sucks living with like bipolar disorder. It really does, and it could just hinder your life, right? Like you could be doing well. Like I was doing pretty good working with my dad this year, and I was saving money, and I didn't think nothing was gonna happen. And then once I deleted the channel, and I was worrying about my future all the time, and I couldn't get sleep, and I would just get anxiety all the time. Like I knew I was getting an episode, and then that incident with me and my dad getting in a fight in the kitchen uh, led me to homelessness. It just sucks. Just sucks having it. Like you can get manic, and you'll feel on top of the world. You feel confident. You feel like you can do everything, and you spend all your money, and you, like, say you go out and drink a shit ton and do some risky shit like that. It'll just make your mania worse, and you can be more irritable. You can have more mood swings, and that shit can just lead you a dark path. That's what happened to me a couple years ago. I was manic. I was manic for months, and I lost all my money, and I spent money on escorts, and I traveled way too much, drank a shit ton, and it made me dead broke, and I was couch surfing, and it led me to live in Philly, and that was a bad experience that year. Now it's like different. I'm like a depressive episode. I'm not really manic, and it led me to homelessness. Made me have mood swings. I was irritable, and I don't justify fighting my dad and breaking the whole kitchen, but it's just hard when he just raises his voice. He's yelling, he's screaming, he's angry, and he's telling me I'm lazy when I'm not, when I'm actually trying to do things around the house when I'm feeling like this. And I try to work with him, but it was hard for me at that month, and I just snapped, just couldn't stand it, and it just led me to homelessness. Now I'm not even couch surfing. I'm just sleeping I'm sleeping at the cemetery in my car, and like now I'm trying to move to a different state, I guess. Somewhere for a reset, I guess. And live hopefully with roommates that won't stress me out, and hopefully the job I get is okay, That's what just sucks about bipolar. Like, you'll feel good, and then you'll get triggered by something, and it can spiral out of control, and on top of my autism, it's just worse, and I just get this irritability. I get moody and stuff. It's terrible. So having bipolar disorder sucks. Like the racing thoughts, like I said, the irritability, like this mania you get, the depression, feel like you have crazy insomnia. And you just have this, like with the manic episode, you just feel energized, It's like that battery commercial. It's like how I am with that. And it's crazy, like you always gotta take your medication. Like if you don't take your meds, like it's just, you'll feel worse, Like I forgot to take my lithium when I went to Spain, and my manic episode even went worse, and it's just something else. And then I guess that CDL, I couldn't get that. That triggered it even more, Just sucks. Like when you're in a situation where you are having an episode, it's really hard to think straight and really try to regulate your emotions. And it's not excusable. It's not an excuse to act out, obviously. But it's just hard to like try to find some techniques to not flip out and make the right choice when you're in a stressful situation or someone's pissing you off, you know? It sucks. Like, if I'm not, like, having an episode of mania or depression, like, I can think better, you know? But it's just difficult, basically. It's hard to go through this illness, man. Like, my shit's definitely from, like, genetics and I guess, like, me being abused, you know? Right? Or other things that I don't even know about. It just sucks having this bipolar, you know? Like, I've been battling with this shit since I dropped out of college. I pretty much think I had bipolar disorder in college. I was doing crazy shit in college, like drinking heavily, and I was just doing crazy stuff, you know? I was blacking out all the fucking time. That may have brought up my bipolar too, you know? Who knows where this shit comes from? It's just like you hope that you can stabilize with your meds and you stay away from things that'll trigger it more and hopefully it gets better, right? Just sucks, you know? Yeah, it's a difficult illness to deal with. And that's why I'm not having kids, because of what I have. I'm not passing down bipolar or the autism, you know? Like, it could potentially have these things and may not be able to function in this life, you know? Right? Yeah, there's people that with bipolar and autism that are able to function, you know? But there's a lot of them that don't, and they don't talk about that, right? Something. Yeah, and I get like rapid speech too. Like, if I'm manic, I'll talk really fast, and it's like I'm on coke, you know? Like I took coke before, and that's what it feels like, basically, taking coke. And I remember when I was on coke, I was like snorting coke in college with this at this fraternity party. Like me and this frat boy fucking snorted some coke, and I felt energized. I was talking really fast, and I feel like I was on top of the world, you know, and that's what it feels like, mania, you know? It really feels that way. And then you get like these mixed states where you just get manic for a bit and you get depressed, you know? Like you get manic one week, next week you get depressed, you know? Or maybe like manic one day and then the next day you get depressed, you know? It's out of control. It's like no balance, you know? It sucks. And then like you take these medications, like a lot of these medications are like antipsychotics, and they give you something like Seroquel where they can help you sleep so you don't get that insomnia and risk getting a manic episode, you know? But at the same time, like a drug like Seroquel will make you too tired and just you gain weight because like you're hungry and your metabolism's slower, you know? It's just the side effects on these drugs are not good either, you know? But it does help some people. And like it just sucks with this fucking illness, you know? Like, you can lose friendships from this shit. You can lose family, you know? It's really hard to deal with, you know? Yeah, as I have bipolar 1. I usually have mania. That's worse for me, you know? And then I get that depression, basically. Right? But sometimes I'll just get like mixed states, like I said before. a lot of times, and that's what I'm probably having right now, like more mixed. So it just sucks. Then this can happen seasonal too. Like you may feel very depressed in the winter or something, or like in the summertime, you just feel very manic, you know? And that's when I always have trouble in the summertime because if I'm working in the heat, that can mess up my moods, and I need to hydrate. If I don't hydrate enough, that'll mess up my lithium levels, and I can get a manic episode from that too, you know? It just sucks, basically. But yeah, that's it though.